Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be covering a bit more Anthem, and this is going to be a bit of a defensive styled video. Why? Because I have seen so much hate going around because of this game. So I'm hopefully going to try and defend it a little bit. Now, I have watched quite a lot of these negative reviews, and these people are more established channels than me. So straight away I'm going to say, if you think I'm being paid by EA to do this, then you're mental. I have 240 subscribers. Not 240,000, 240. 240. That's it. So yeah, there's no way I'm going to be getting some sort of sponsorship from a large company like EA for the 10 people that watch this video, and probably every single one of you will put a dislike. I don't care. Right, one of the first points that has come across about this game as a negative is the storyline. Now, I am aware BioWare have openly stated that this game is going to be quite storyline driven. Personally, this is my personal opinion, if you're playing this game for the story, you're a mental person. It's a looter shooter. The idea of the game is to go out, grind, get more equipment so that you can do the exact same thing over and over and over again on a harder difficulty or quicker. So just to highlight what I thought of this story, I'm going to put a little compilation up for you right now.
No. Yeah. Hey Max, how's that? My. How? Hello. You. Whatever. Let's.
Yeah, I didn't really care for it, and yeah, the characters aren't exactly the most interesting people around, but like I said, if you're playing this game, you shouldn't really be playing it for the story. And yes, it's a bit boring, the fact that you kind of have to walk around everywhere. There was a slight bug fix that came out yesterday for it, well sorry, a patch where you now have a slight sprint. And it does bother me as well that the majority of the gameplay is in third person, but the moment you get back to Fort Tarsis, you are in first person. That's like a nitpicking gripe. It honestly seems like a lot of people's problem with this game is EA. No, EA are not the greatest, but I can kind of see this slightly fixing some of the troubles the gamer community has had with EA. Hopefully, maybe, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Now, on one note that I personally do have with the patches, during the demo, which was, yes, an absolute catastrophe, not going to argue, I even did a video on this as well, BioWare got a lot of complaints about it. They listened, and they have implemented one of the largest patches that I have ever seen in any game. Like, seriously, just go through the patch notes. It's huge. It's absolutely outstanding that, well, on two sides. One, it's actually outstanding that a company like BioWare released a game with that many problems, and two, it's outstanding at how well they listened and have tried to fix the issues. There are still a few bugs. I've not really come across many of them since the patches. I've come across, I think the only one I've really come across is this weird fog wall one where you have to complete a certain task, and if you complete the task, the fog wall lifts, or like a barrier lifts, and you can progress through the mission. There was a bug where if you completed that task, the fog wall still wouldn't lift. Now, there was a patch implemented to prevent this happening. Since the patch has been in place, I have still had this happen to me once. compared to some of the other games that are still quite established, how many bugs I come across in them. Monster Hunter, Diablo, Warframe, Destiny 2. There's quite a large list. There are a large amount of bugs that are still quite prevalent in those games, and they are constantly being patched and updated. A similar way of what I am seeing Anthem having done to it, and yet people are still going to gripe about Anthem. Which brings me to my next point of a lot of people are comparing Anthem to Warframe and Destiny 2, or the Destiny franchise. But what they're actually doing is they're comparing Anthem in a new release state to two games that one of whom I am quite versed in, Warframe. This channel actually started out as pretty much a Warframe channel, and I excelled in finding glitches, bugs and overpowered builds just to nuke the game up to level 4,000 enemies. That's what I kind of did, but I could only do that due to the fact that Warframe has had near enough 4 or 5 years of community growth, backlash, problems. If you compare Anthem on its current release standard, and in its state it currently is now, on the 22nd of February, which is supposedly, in quotes, day one release, when it wasn't. It was the premiere release, which was on the 9th of February. I will agree with that, and I don't agree with that business practice. If you pre-ordered the game, at least get some sort of pre-order bonus, like, you know, get in the game early, but I digress. Yeah, if you're going to compare Anthem to games like Warframe, compare Anthem on its day one release to Warframe on its day one release, which was, as well, a shit show. If you're to compare it to Destiny, compare Destiny to what it was on its day one release as well, which, if you actually go back through YouTube and look out all the really horrible reviews of Destiny versus Anthem, there are more on Destiny. There are more. Destiny is shit compared to Anthem is shit. So it's quite funny if you ask me, but still, hey. Now on to a quick twitchy subject. There are a lot of people moaning at the Premiere people. As you can see, I have Premiere. I have literally only got Premiere to play Anthem, as it interested me that much. However, looking into it, I do actually feel that Premiere on a small scale is actually a really, really good business practice. I mean, how many people have Netflix? You pay a monthly subscription and you have all of those movies pretty much on demand. It's like having Sky or Virgin Media, or it's really, really handy. So I am paying, because I'm in the UK, £15 a month, and I have all of these games that have Premiere on them. I'm not going to say free, but on like a near enough subscription basis. I can play any of these that have Premiere. There are quite a few that I'm interested in. I've never played Titanfall 2, but I hear it's absolutely amazing. There's the Batman Arkham series. I've never played them, but it's just sort of like, I don't know if I'll enjoy them, so I don't want to fork out the 40, 50, but £60 on some occasions to play these games. And if I do play them, what's the refund policy? Here, I just pay £15 a month, and I can play these games, and if I don't like them, I just uninstall them and then download another one. And if all else fails, I can just play games that I know I will enjoy. Darksiders 3 is on the list. I'll enjoy that. I love Darksiders 1. Darksiders 2 was amazing. And if not, I can just continue playing Anthem. Do I agree that the Premiere users got an earlier access to the game? No, I do not. But as a whole, on a business level, and as well, I mean, let's face it, if you could pay, say, $20 a month and every game on Steam was yours, all you had to do was download it. $20 a month on Steam, or the Epic Store if you're so inclined, or whatever, a large-scale games launcher. Pay $20 a month. Oh, Metro Exodus has come out. Let's play that. Biomutant has come out, let's play that. Anthem has come out, let's play that. As a large scale gaming platform, a subscription based medium is, I feel, at least in my opinion, a really, really good way to go. Now, another one is the load screens, and yeah, they're pretty bad. I will not lie, they are pretty darn horrendous, because one, they're quite slow and there's quite a lot of them. But it got hilarious when I heard people saying that they're genuinely playing other games during load times. Now, my game isn't on an SSD because I actually don't own an SSD because I'm not made of money, and there are these top-end YouTubers who I'm assuming have top-end PCs. I don't have a top-end PCs claiming this, so they should be in better specs than me, and they're claiming they play other games during load screens, and they're completing like full-on missions. So here we are. I've got God Eater 3 going on, and let's see if I can complete the mission. So yeah, here we go. Oh no, completely claiming bollocks on that one.
So once I get to these coordinates,
Yeah, the load screens aren't that bad. I mean, that was 40 odd seconds ish. Yeah, for an open world PC game. The load screens are terrible. Well, they're not terrible. They're not enough to make you go, oh my god, I've had it with these load screens, I'm uninstalling. I mean, I've got pretty bad internet, and I've got a pretty decent-ish PC. I mean, I have a GTX 1070. My processor is Intel Core i7-8700, and I've got 16 gigabytes of RAM. I personally feel that for a gaming PC, this isn't exactly top end, and I don't think it's going to be, considering that there's like a load of new stuff for, I'm not very computer minded, so I don't know if this is actually really good, but I didn't really spend a lot on this PC. It's custom built from a company that I found online. It's a friend of mine suggested all these parts for me. They were within my budget. That literally took me less than a month to save up for. I don't know, I could be just talking out my arse here, but I do not feel that this is the greatest PC ever. It's pretty decent, I would say. So let's move on to mission types. There are currently 3 mission styles in the game. There's go here, kill all the enemies. Go here, defend the point from all the enemies, and go here, pick up item and move said item to another location, which people have issue with. One of the greatest games that this is compared to is Warframe. Now, I've played Warframe since the very early days, and there were 4 different styles of mission when that came out, and there have since been others added to it. And I'm assuming that since I last played Warframe, because I've not really played it too much lately, that there has potentially been more added to it. This is the sort of game where things get added to it. So if you're gonna bitch at this, let's compare it to Warframe in its earliest state. And yeah, there's not really, in terms of mission diversity, there's like one more. So yeah, let's just overlook that because you're just being a picky bitch. Weapon mechanics, and apparently the weapons don't feel impactful. Now, I have fired real weapons, you know, the ones that go boom and the person at the other end that you're aiming at kind of dies. I have genuinely fired them. Now, I don't know whether it's just because I have fired these real life weapons so much that I sort of, when it comes to in-game weapons, and people go, oh, it feels really impactful, or it doesn't feel impactful. I'm just like, dude, you're watching pixels move across your screen. I don't think I have ever played a game where a weapon feels impactful, because it doesn't. You're watching pixels move. So to me, this is just a complete moot point. I seriously, just grow up. I'm gonna get so many dislikes on this video, aren't I? Wow. Areas of the map are apparently they just feel copied and pasted and recycled. Again, Warframe, they are literally just tiles. There's like, I think in total there's like 28 different tiles that are literally just copied and pasted and put in different orders to make the map feel like they have variety. And apparently there was a Reddit post saying, oh, you could show me anywhere in Warframe and I can tell you where it is and how to get there. I'm calling bollocks considering the maps are fucking random, you moron. Apparently he also made the same claim to Destiny. I don't really know, I've not really played Destiny that much, simply because it's a first-person shooter, and I absolutely hate first-person shooters for my own personal reasons. We'll not go into that. This is an Anthem video. So, yeah, I mean, as well as I've played Anthem quite a bit with a guy called Cherry Blossom, I was struggling on a certain mission. I'm pretty sure everyone's heard of this mission. You've got 4 tombs, and for each one of these tombs you've got to complete a series of mindless tasks to progress. I had done all these tasks and I had trouble getting back to these tombs. I said I needed to get to X, Y and Z tomb, and literally without skipping a beat or losing his way, he took me to all 4 of these tombs instantly. So yeah, there are ways in which you are able to learn the map. So people saying, oh, you can show me anywhere in Destiny or Warframe and I'll show you how to get there. Well, that's probably because you've played those games for frigging years. Just like I have played Warframe for frigging years. I have played Anthem for about 40 hours. I have nearly 4,000 hours in Warframe, for crying out loud. Want to know why you can't find things in Anthem yet? Because you've not played it that bloody long. Fuck me. Seriously, the reviews on this game at the moment might as well just be I don't like EA. I don't like EA. I don't like EA. Well, guess what? I don't like EA either, but let's just, you know, actually see where this game goes and give it a fair review in the meantime. Bugs. Are there any? Yes. In Warframe, are there bugs? Yes. Warframe is a great game. You can look anywhere and it gets bloody amazing reviews all over the place. I like Warframe. I actually also quite like Anthem. For what it is at the moment, it is a pretty good game. Does it have room to improve? Yes, it does. Has BioWare actually openly stated that they will do their best as a community standpoint to try and improve the game as it goes? Yes. And considering the gamer community love that BioWare actually has, because, you know, Mass Effect, great games, can't really argue with them. For all intents and purposes, can we actually see that these games will actually be improved? The only question we should really ask ourselves is, will EA allow it to be done in the way in which the gaming community would like it, or at which BioWare would like it? That is literally the only question. So really, we just need to sort of stop hating on Anthem, just sort of sit back and see where it goes. It's not really a hard concept, people. I mean, if this game is so terrible, why is it always somewhere within the top 10 watched games on Twitch? I don't think I've seen Destiny 2 even stay up there for that long. I think it was on there for like the first 1 or 2 days from its release, and then after that it literally fizzled into non-existence on Twitch. I mean, I think there's currently, at the time of recording this, 4 people streaming Destiny 2, and yeah, I'm not even going to spend that much time scrolling through Twitch to see how many people are streaming Anthem. If Anthem stays on that list for longer than Destiny 2, I'm going to consider it a success from a consumer standpoint, because then there's genuinely people making money off of this. So that's a seller-consumer process here, outside of the buying and selling of a game, because people are going to be watching it, subscribing, cheering, follows, all that good stuff. People are going to be generally getting paid for playing Anthem, which is at the moment more than what Destiny 2 is grossing from a consumer standpoint. So already this game is better than Destiny 2 on that level. I kind of feel like a lot of my gaming standpoint at the moment is because I come from an older generation of gamers. The time when you literally just bought a cartridge, put it into your Super Nintendo, and if it didn't work, well, you're just shit out of luck, sweetheart. If it did work, congrats, have a game. And yeah, DLC, non-existent. Patches, non-existent. If it was broke, it was broke. Maybe buy another one and hopefully that one works. So, and if you cried out for DLC, the developer literally just stuck its middle finger up at you. So, yes, obviously things have changed, roll with the times, but to be perfectly honest, it does seem to be the younger generation of gamers that are like, already people are crying out for DLC. Seriously? The game has barely been out for like a month. Like 2-3 weeks. And people want DLC? Dude, we need patches first to fix what problems there are. And there are problems. I'm not going to deny that there are problems. And like, oh, but the world is boring. It's copy and paste. Well, dude, games just come out yet again. People have been crying out for new areas in Monster Hunter World. Typically there's a desert area, which we have, a jungle area, which we have, a plains area, which we don't have, an ice area, which we don't have, a swampy area, which we don't have, but we have a crystal area, which is the Elder's Recess. But,
Anytime. I enjoy picking up
it's
things and putting them down again. Also, I assume I'm
just
getting
sort of like,
Of course.
give it time. You are expecting, for current games and the way games currently work with DLCs and patches and add-ons, etc., you are literally expecting the perfect game on day one release. Warframe's been at it for like 4 years over, and I'm yeah. Destiny's still currently at it. Monster Hunter's still currently at it. Diablo, that's another, I wouldn't say it's a looter shooter, but it's definitely a looter RPG or ARPG. That's still kind of at it. In fact, they've been at it for 3 separate bloody games, for crying out loud. Now, as I previously mentioned, there is a mission in this game where you've got to sort of complete challenges, 15 boxes, chests or boxes, combo kills, etc., to progress. I honestly do not know why people just haven't gone Stronghold. That's how I did it. You get like 3 chests, there are 4 of you. And at the moment, well, previously, it's changed now, but previously it only applied to you if you were the one that opened the chest. Now, as long as you are within, I think it's like a certain radius, you get the chest. But previously, it was, you had to be the one to open the chest. And you had to get multi-kills and elite kills, etc. Stronghold. It's all in there. Literally do like 3 or 4 runs and you've done all of them minus the chests, which will take you a bit of time. If you really want, just find a group of people that are either doing it, join a Discord or whatever, or just have friends and say, I need to get these chests. Do it another 4 times. For a start, you actually get some decent-ish gear from doing it and can level up, as well as if you say to them, I need the chests, they will let you open the chests. It's quite simple. Like, really, I mean, yeah, it was a ball ache, but honestly, considering that so many people nowadays in these sorts of games are complete completionists, even if it was like an achievement, you were going to do it anyway. I mean, a lot of people said, oh, it feels like it was an achievement or something. Like it should have been an achievement, like achievement unlocked, 10 gold or whatever. I don't even play Xbox. But it's just sort of like, well, a lot of people are completionists, like I just said. So if it was an achievement, you were going to do it anyway. So why are you moaning? I don't get it. Now, as for the tether system, your party is too far ahead of you, and we're going to teleport you to catch you up, which then gives you yet another load screen. It's one of the many reasons that load screens in this game are actually annoying. Although I still can't complete my mission in God Eater 3 during a load screen. It's kind of annoying me. Yeah, the tether system, I will agree. It doesn't need like an increase or a delay or something. It just straight up needs to go. It is stupid. I'll be happily looting a chest and next thing you know, load screen. That is just sort of like BioWare. What on earth were you thinking? It is horrendous, but you know, it's as well, because in certain situations, like say you're coming up to like a boss fight and you are in a group and you've got people scattered about all over the place, and there was that one dickhead that has rushed ahead and completed all the rest of the stuff, and the last part is literally just complete the boss. I kind of feel like what should come up is something similar to how Diablo 3 does it. When you get to the boss area, it sends a prompt up on everyone's screen saying, so and so is at the boss, do you wish to continue? And if you press yes, you are load screen, teleported to the boss area. And if you press no, everyone else gets then another prompt saying, such and such a person has said no, do you wish to continue anyway? If you're feeling ballsy, you press yes and 3 of you go in rather than 4, and you try and complete the boss. And if you beat the boss, congrats, you get that loot. 4th person dickhead doesn't, and they probably then, because it then doesn't complete the mission, they don't get the loot, and they probably got to do the mission again, or you know, they press no and they wait for that 4th person to be ready, which I feel will be a better way to go about it, but that's just me. Seriously though, if I can't complete this mission through all these load screens, I'm going to be pissed. Now, some people have stated that the game actually feels quite linear. During actual missions, like directed missions, yeah, it is an open world game, and there are linear passages that you they're almost like checkpoints. You have to go to checkpoint A to get checkpoint B, and if you don't get to checkpoint A, despite the fact that you might have played the mission before, you're helping a friend out, you know where checkpoint B is, so you're going to go straight to checkpoint B. It doesn't trigger an event or show you, like, sort of bypass checkpoint A. You need to go to checkpoint A, which, that's a fair enough comment to make, but then at the same time, it's a scripted story mission. If you want a non-linear playtime, or a less scripted way to play, then it's great. You go to your javelin, you press F on your javelin, or if you're on console, I don't know what button it would be, A or X, A for Xbox and X for PlayStation, I'm assuming, and you scroll down the list that you get, and you click on free play. It's quite simple, really. I mean, in an open world game, it's this absolutely groundbreaking mechanic where you can choose not to play an actual mission and just roam around and do whatever the fuck you want. Like, seriously, if that is a gripe of yours, play an MMO, please, or an RPG with open world mechanics. Warframe's another good one for that. Diablo's a good one as well. I mean, hell, even Monster Hunter, an action RPG, has that. You can literally just go on, it's called an expedition, and you can just roam around and do whatever you want. You can go around and gather, you can just hunt random monsters and just, I don't know, just you could even just go there and just spam your emotes at each other. For crying out loud, if that is a gripe you have got, play another game. Like either a completely open world game that has literally no point. Astroneer may be a good one for you. Or just play God of War, like a single player linear game where you kind of have to complete the objective at all time. Please. Please. Or, you know, you could just not follow the quest objective right away. You could do a little bit of exploring beforehand. Anyway, on to the next one, which does lead on to exploring. Some people have stated that the free play is just boring. You basically just fly around until someone goes, oh, there's a thing over there. Let's go see what it is. If you're finding that boring, then I'm afraid to say that looter shooters just are not your type of game, I'm afraid, which is a fair point to make. They're not for everyone, and I do understand that that can be construed as boring, but there are plenty of enemies wandering around the map. All you got to do is find them. There are plenty of nook and crannies to explore, plenty of materials to pick up that you may or may not want, but still there's literally lots of options to do in free play. You simply just need to find them. Just get your exploring hat on, put your old walking boots on, and just go for a wander. Find something. I mean, here I'm trying to get to this objective, but oh look, down here to my left there is something for me to pick up, a bit of lore. Am I going to pick it up? Yes, I am. Why? Because I enjoy that, and I'll read it later. It's that simple. You don't have to do everything by the book. And just because you've entered free play doesn't mean that things are instantly going to pop out at you. I mean, I've spent so much time in Black Desert Online. I have spent more time wandering around on roads or trying to find a quicker route around a mountain just to get to a mob that I know will be there. I'm not going to moan about it. It's part of the game design, for crying out loud. And there's a few things on the way, enemies, maybe a few extra quests or something. Well, yes, this game is going to have extra quests, but there are things along the way to distract myself with. Rather than spend 30 minutes walking from A to B, I'm going to take an hour doing it, and along the way I'm going to look at things, I'm going to loot things, kill things. I mean, enemies drop loot, so I'm going to kill them and loot them. Duh. Anyway, I kind of feel like I've moaned about this long enough. So let's look at some good points. One, graphically it's awesome. Two, I don't want to say it's completely unique, but the overall game thought process, the idea behind it is kind of unique. It's sort of like a mix between Warframe and Destiny. Yes, obviously Warframe is an established game, Destiny is an established franchise. So mixing them together has bred something quite new. It is, of course, a looter shooter with an Iron Man suit, essentially. But it does play out quite well. Mechanically, it's pretty sound. I would say it's the greatest mechanics in any game ever. There are some hidden things. A lot of people have moaned about this whole combo system. Oh, great, we're back on moaning again. That are hard to figure out because the game doesn't really give you a tutorial in it. Personally, I quite like the fact that, yeah, there isn't a tutorial in it. I actually need to figure this out. It means I've got to engage my brain and think about it. I don't just click and press and etc, etc. The game is quite challenging, particularly when you come across some of these monsters like this. They're not exactly press a few buttons and kill them. They're almost like mini world bosses, which means I actually need to try. There's certain things I need to actually give a little bit of effort to, and it's enjoyable, it's fun. I do like it. Yes, there are improvements that need to be made. I actually do hope I'm here on the journey throughout these improvements being made, and if all else fails, in the meantime I can just play Batman Arkham Asylum or Titanfall or Darksiders 3, definitely looking forward to that. In fact, I'm downloading it during the making of this video. Anyway, that is me. Thank you very much for watching. I do hope I haven't scared that many people off, although I'm pretty sure I've got a lot of dislikes already. You know, and to be perfectly honest, if you are wanting to try this game, I'm not trying to be a fanboy of EA, but get the Premiere and cancel your monthly subscription immediately. It's in your payment options. It's quite easy to do. I've already cancelled mine for the meantime. I've got a month of playing this game. If I like it, I just click the renew button. If I don't like it, no harm, no foul. I spent £15. That's a lot cheaper than £60. Anyway, I'll catch you guys later. Have fun, don't die.